Hello ladies, my name is Ashley Neumeister and I am a breathwork facilitator and I also work with sound. And I'm super excited that Libby asked me to share a little bit about what I am passionate about, which is these two different tools that we have of breath and sound. So everyone can use these because we're all breathing and we all have the ability to make sound. Well, most of us anyways. So I'm going to go into a brief explanation about each of these and then incorporate how we can incorporate some tools and practices into our life that really can support us. So I'm going to start with breath. So let's all just take one deep breath now and sigh it out. Ready? Inhale. See, just one simple conscious breath really makes such a big difference and brings in a sense of relaxation into our body. That's one of the main reasons why I really love breath work. It's because of the immediate effect. You can really feel a difference from taking a couple of deep, long breaths. So breathing is the only body function that we can do both voluntarily and involuntarily. So it's happening all the time without us noticing, but then we can also put some awareness and intention behind it. So this is not by accident, this is by design. So we have been given this to really use throughout our life as a way of bringing more health into our bodies in a physical state, mental state, and emotional. So one of the systems that is regulated by our breathing or affected by our breathing is our autonomic nervous system, which is a system that regulates all of our involuntary bodily functions like digestion or blood pressure, like our heart rate, or breathing is another involuntary, can be involuntary. So we can affect this system by the way that we're breathing and to really bring in a sense of peace, which, a lot of us are shallow breathers, and so we're not actually stimulating both parts of our autonomic nervous system equally. So it can show up in our body as all kinds of different dis-ease, like high blood pressure, anxiety, digestion issues. So sometimes these issues in our body can really be changed and healed by proper breathing. So another thing that our breathing does for us is it rids our body of toxins. So if we're not breathing properly, which the majority of us are not, because if we don't bring the awareness to our breath, it can be short and shallow breaths, especially if you have problems sleeping, like snoring or sleep apnea. You're not actually getting rid of the proper amount of toxins from your body. So those are just a little bit of the science behind it, but I do want to teach you a simple breathing exercise that you can incorporate into your life. And this is a great one to use when you're stressed out, or if you have anxiety, or as part of your meditation practice. It's really about bringing a sense of presence and groundedness and calm. So I recommend doing this one with one hand on your belly and one hand on your chest and with your eyes closed. However, you can do this without your hands and with your eyes open. For instance, if you are in public, you don't want to look funny, or if you're driving. This is another good one to do when you're driving and you're feeling a little stressed out, which is great for Los Angeles. Okay, so put one hand on your belly, one on your chest, and we're going to inhale for 4 counts, hold it for 4 counts, and then exhale for 8 counts. All right, so close your eyes and inhale for 4 through your nose, hold it, Exhale out your mouth for 8. Just going to do this a few more times. So inhale. Hold it. Exhale. Inhale. Hold it. Exhale. Inhale. Hold it. Exhale. Inhale. Hold it. Exhale. Let's do one more. Inhale. Hold it. Exhale. Keeping your eyes closed. And just feeling into your body, noticing any sensations, any tingling. May have caused a little lightheadedness. These are all normal. It's just oxygenating your body. And then when you're ready, you can slowly open your eyes. So that's a very simple practice that you can really use at any time throughout the day. Another thing that you can do with this exercise is to add intention. So you can breathe in something and exhale something. So you can breathe in love and you can exhale fear, or you can breathe in abundance and exhale scarcity. You know, anything that you're working with. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is sound. So everything is vibration, everything is vibrating. You know, it's been scientifically proven that that is true. So including, you know, our tables and rocks and things that don't appear to be moving, they actually are, just at a really slow rate. So the same goes true for our body and all of our organs. So there are healthy frequencies or vibrations that we resonate at when we're healthy. And so if we're having issues with a particular organ, or if you're stuck in a particular mental state, that means that you're in a specific vibration. So that can actually be altered through sound. And there's also been many studies to determine which are the most healing instruments on a human body. And it's actually been proven that it is a person's own voice that brings the most healing. And after that are like stringed instruments and singing bowls, Tibetan bowls, which are amazing as well. But if you learn how to use your own voice for healing, it's really a game changer, and it's really amazing. And it makes sense, right? You know, it feels so good to sing, and it also would make sense that song is such an important part of many religions and spiritual practices, because it really makes a difference. It really works. So one of the first exercise, well, we actually already did it, is just incorporating a sigh after our deep breath. So let's just take a deep breath and sigh it out. So this sort of sound, this releasing sound, is really amazing and beautiful to use throughout your day, just making any sort of sound on the exhale. It helps to move energy. And another practice is humming. So just doing like 5 minutes of humming every day is really beneficial. You can visualize sending that sound into the areas of your body that are experiencing disease, you know, if it's tension or if you're having a specific issue with like digestion, or like right now I have a little bit of congestion, so I can send the sound up into my sinuses. So let's just practice a couple minutes of that right now. So again, let's put our hand on our belly and our chest, or you can leave them open in your lap as well, or whatever you're feeling comfortable with. Close your eyes and just take a deep inhale and hum. The wind is picking up. So you can play with different pitches and frequencies and just notice where you can feel them in your body. So let's just do this for a couple of minutes and just play with some different sounds. You don't have to follow me. You can just hum whatever note or pitch you want. So again, exhale and inhale. Let's do one more. Again, keeping your eyes closed, taking a moment of quiet and feeling into your body. And slowly blinking open. So that's a really fun to play with, especially if you're with someone else and you can do humming together. It's really fun to hear how the different pitches interact with each other and how they affect your body. So for me, I can usually feel like the higher pitches are like higher up in my head, in my body, and the lower ones I can feel them more in my chest, and then visualize them moving lower, and I can actually feel them vibrating lower. Another great practice is oming, which is a huge part of yoga and different practices. So really just making any sound at all is super beneficial, and it helps to remove any stuck energy that's in our body on a physical level as well as our spiritual body. So if you're in a really low vibration, like a low mood, a sad, or in a lot of fear, it's helpful to just do a couple minutes of making sounds, and it can literally raise your vibration. Or it can help facilitate the release of that emotion that has been stuck and stored in your body that you haven't felt and needs to be able to move through you and let go. And then lastly, I want to explain to you the difference between toning and overtoning. So toning is when you just make any sound at all, which we've been doing, like just one note at a time, just ah. And overtoning is when you make two sounds at the same time. So this has also been another study, in the area of sound therapy, and it has showed that overtoning is the most beneficial sound that a person can make to bring healing to their body on a physical and emotional level. My teacher, Wayne Perry, is a sound therapist, and he actually healed himself of kidney stones and hepatitis C, I believe, which is supposedly incurable, through overtoning practices. Another little piece of information is that you can actually get a signature frequency analysis done by a certified sound therapist, and you can identify what frequencies are low in your body and which ones are in excess, and then learn how to balance them out through listening to different tones and also making different tones with your voice to bring your body back into alignment and in balance, which is how he healed himself of these various things. If you're more interested in that, you can reach out to me and I can explain that further and point you in a direction of where you can get one of those analyses done. They're amazing and super interesting. It also corresponds a lot to a lot of things on an emotional level as well. So I'm just going to demonstrate quickly what overtoning is. So toning is one sound. Overtoning is two sounds, so it sounds like this. I love overtoning, and I especially to do while I'm driving, like on my way to work, or just need a shift in my mood. It feels so good, and it's really fun to practice making all kinds of sounds, and I can teach you how to do this. It's really just comes with practice. It's about moving your mouth and your tongue and in different ways. But I encourage you, when this video is over, just to sit and make sound. Any kind of sound that comes out. You know, your goal could be to try to do overtoning, but really just moving energy and accessing all of the different frequencies that you have within your own voice is incredibly healing, and it's so easy and it's so fun. And I promise you that if you are surprised, but if you keep doing it, you'll be surprised by some of the sounds that come out of your mouth. One added little piece to this is that, you know, I've always been comfortable making sound. You know, growing up I was like mimicking animals and birds or humming with a refrigerator, but a lot of people are not comfortable making sound. And even for me, it was a practice in really getting comfortable with making funny sound or weird sounds and getting over what people think of me. And so just be patient with this process and just continue to do it and just see what comes through you. And it's really fun. And especially if you're with friends and with other people, it's really fun to like sit and make sounds. It's like beatboxing or, you know, a lot of different things. But, all right. So I think that's enough information for today. Just to let you know, I do facilitate group breathwork sessions, which is mainly, it's called transformational breathwork, which is really powerful and healing, and it's really useful for people that are looking to connect with their higher self, or need some sort of clarity around something in their life, or if you're going through a really hard time, like emotionally, it's also very useful for that. And just reach out to me, and you can find more information on my website about when those groups are. They are about 3 times a month in Los Angeles. All right, so I think that's enough information for now, and thanks again so much for your time. And I really encourage you to incorporate one of these practices into your life and just see how you feel. And I would love to hear from you and let me know how it's going. And thank you so much. Have a lovely day, and I'll be speaking to you soon later this week. Namaste.